Okay. Trying this again. Is the cat on the lap? Is the cat in the frame? What if I... this is tricky. One of these days, I'm going to stop using the camera altogether. I'll be free from its grasp. Can you see this cat even? What if I... Cat. Alright. Cool. Dipes. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, time to play this game. So the way autistic reviews work is I just give it little tick marks whenever I notice something good or bad about the game. And then this is a very comedic game, so I'm also evaluating it based on how much I laugh. A lull is like, a low-level laugh. A lamau is like a mid-tier laugh. And true laughter is like, well, that's what it says. Okay. I hope these chat things work. They probably won't, to be honest. Probably got the wrong chat up or something. Meow? Meow? No drugs today. I'm still doing sober October for some stupid reason. Well, actually, there's a very good reason for doing sober October. So, it gives me like moral license to do drugs all I want the rest of the year, and it really triggers other people, especially family members. But really, just anyone who looks down upon druggies, because they can't even go like a day without sipping their coffee. And I can go a whole month without doing like hard drugs. It just shows how much better I am than other people. And it's probably healthy to like go on a drug fast once a year. This would be a dank game to get high to, I gotta say. It's a very, very drug-infused game. Can we pump the volume a little bit? Oh! That makes sense. Okay, that's a good game dev. So, I was wondering how to, like, pass time, because I'm trying to go to sleep. I guess I'll just go buy a book. Because you have to wait until, like, 9 p.m. to sleep? Man, that's crazy. I go to sleep whenever I want. I'm a neat. Meow? I'm like a cat. I sleep in the middle of the day if I feel like it. Meow? 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 Meow?
Hello again, sir.
Okay, bye. I guess I'll read the detective book.
Of color.
I think they're up here.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people.
No, not that one. Where was it? I thought it was upstairs.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Oh, like Lovecraft.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Too bad, bitch.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. These three things are very important to the working class mind.
Working class. Wholeness, unity, and balance. Three things I don't have.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes while also telling everyone
True.
that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
I see. So, trues are anytime I go true, because like the game tells a very true thing about the world.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the
Change
other
this to,
hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note,
Okay, so we got the 3 tiers of law. And true is just, yeah, anytime the game makes like a good observation about the world.
when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does this say anything
The
else?
book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium.
That's useful info.
It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from.
That's super
How
useful
to
info.
continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
Dude, I need to buy
And-
this book in real life.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? You sense something ominous emanating from the shelf, but it lacks form and substance, and soon enough, you lose track of it.
Oh, wait, did I fail that? Man, that was a 72%. God damn it. Okay, I wanted to get a Dick Mullen book.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes.
Nice.
We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Okay.
sex crimes did pique your interest. But
Nice.
still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down.
What? Not our pleasure centers. I love those.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people
True.
during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Okay, no thanks.
Shelves filled to the brim.
Come on, didn't you have something easy to read?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an
Oh, Man from Hjelmdal. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
But you like the sex books.
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Why do women prefer true crime to, like, fantasy violence? It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman. Oh yes, certainly. Another good sale.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
So she has a true guild force. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the apartment, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna talk to people. Or not the apartment, the hostel.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature, the blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie.
Come on.
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving for quite a long, still ongoing. Now is a good time to start
It's
worrying.
fine.
Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move. Hoping it. The lights are on. The lights.
Okay.
The bed is cold and not particularly.
Okay. I have an interactable. Interact. What's the other one? Interact button.
The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Yeomdar standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His 2 Zweihanders are crossed over his massive chest in a dramatic X, their blades dripping with gore.
Hell yeah.
Behind him rise the harsh, snow-capped peaks of his native Northlands. In bold red letters, the title, Hyelmdalaman, the man from Hyelmdal, unfurls like a banner. In the foreground, a nearly nude woman lies spread in supplication, her privates strategically covered by her flowing black hair.
Nice. Maybe we should change the trues to nice.
The story opens in media res. The man from Hyelmdal and his band of northern reavers are in the bowels of an
Reavers,
ancient
that's
temple,
like from Firefly.
surrounded by an army of gibbering whites, led by the deathless necromancer. One by one, the brave Northmen fall to the relentless crush of undead, only to join their number as reanimated corpses. By nightfall, only the man from Eondal and his blood brother, noble Tiribol, are left standing against the dead horde. It is an honor to die by your side, brother, Tiribol cries, as his battle axe beheads one of their reanimated comrades.
Okay, maybe I'm too old for this.
9, Tiribald. The man from Hyemdal bellows over the army of flesh and bone. Have courage for the Northlands. For Hyemdal. He leaps to the mezzanine to face the black-eyed figure, and like a mad
This is really
ice bear,
maybe chicks are onto
whirling,
something.
it is physically impossible for a human being to effectively dual-wield Zweihander swords in any kind of real-life combat
What if they're super
situation.
strong?
And with deadly finesse, his twin blades scissor the necromancer's head.
Blah,
from
blah,
a
blah.
few chapters later, the man from Hyemdal and Tiribald are in a completely different setting, high above an arid desert, riding a pair of griffins that always seem to appear at narratively convenient
Good observation
moments.
of Lord of the Rings being poorly written.
This book makes a mockery of the very idea of good plotting, though something tells you coherence was never the point. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern king, Lord Hrothgar. The old king beseeches the man from Hyemdal to rid his kingdom of the Natera, a subterranean clan of blind wizards who traded their soul. The man from Hyemdal extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks land for the homeless desert pygmies living exiled in the kingdom's borderlands. Hrothgar offers the hand of his eldest daughter instead, but the son of winter does not budge.
What? I thought he was doing it for the pussy.
What do you mean?
But why? What's his motivation?
Because the flame of justice burns bright within his chest. Because, above all, he's driven to bring honor to the name of his beloved Hyemdal. Because his noble Cutlan blood lusts for glory and conquest. It cannot be denied.
Okay, I'm changing this to nice writing. And now we just have 2 tiers of laughter. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get back in there.
You skip past a section detailing an elaborate banquet
Boring.
with many toasts, as well as the long and perilous journey from Hrothgar's keep to the ancient forest of Yesdar, where our heroes infiltrate the Nakhtera's dire hall. In the center of the great hall stands a blood altar, on which a pair of Nakhtera are disemboweling a shrieking peasant, an unholy rite that empowers the Nakhtera forbidden magic. As the vile ceremony ends, the sound of steel unsheathing draws the Nakhtera's attention to a pair of cloaked figures standing in the doorway. Swiftly, the visitors toss off their cloaks and unsheathe glimmering northern steel. It's the man from Heimdall and his valiant blood brother,
Whoa, did not see
Tiribald.
that one coming.
In an instant, the Nakhtera summon a horde of gibbering orcanoids who rush our heroes. The hall fills with the clang of blades and the screams of the dying as the floor goes slick with steaming orcanoid viscera. Oh, for fuck's sake. When the din of battle settles, only the man from Heimdall and Tiribald remain standing. Exhausted and dripping with the entrails of their foes, the two Northmen confront the foul Nakhtera. The man from Heimdall's soda-like blue eyes fill with indescribable fury. For the Northlands, he cries, rushing headlong into a desperate
Cut him up,
melee.
bruh.
He probably is, but you can't be sure.
Wow, look at all this XP
'cause
I'm
this
getting
one
from
ends
reading.
in a cliffhanger
Just like real
and a
life.
footnote saying, to be continued in Heimdallaman at the gates of tomorrow. Considering the sheer amount of different Heimdallaman books out there, it's very unlikely you're ever gonna find the sequel. The man from Heimdall stares at you on the cover.
Wait, did that not actually speed up time? What? Okay, well that's dumb. You can't give me a pro tip in like the loading screen and then have that not actually be true. So try reading this one.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners. To your
Okay.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures
Shit.
to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles. After rifling the pages, the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
I think Kunst means art.
It takes a moment, but gradually
Yep.
it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur
That is
must
true.
mean arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond
Is
you.
Valder's German?
It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand.
I am privileged enough to understand.
As you leaf through this section,
Wow.
you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
Okay, that's what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
I mean, who cares if people die? They're just NASCAR drivers.
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis
People
on deadly
like to
motor
see
crashes.
blood. Even women. If there was more sex in NASCAR, I bet more women would like it.
So, all of it, basically.
What's wrong with a good motor crash? They just keep it interesting. It's like gambling, but with people's lives.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
Correct?
At the end of the day, It's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, did you know Tip Top Tourney is actually an orgiastic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
I wonder what else is really just a metaphor. That was a lull.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race.
Yeah, typical commies and
You
the
flip
hatred of
back to the
cars.
front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
International
This
development.
section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade
So
negotiations.
boring.
You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Face it, you really aren't interested
Yeah,
in foreign
true.
affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution so long as it's only redistributed upward. It's true, the rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn
that's
to
retarded.
smoke. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers, reassure only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already
Nice.
alienated their readership.
Yeah, that's basically how zines always work.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Psst, Kim, I think this is a communist magazine.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of
That's not making time go faster. What? Why the fuck did it say that in the loading screen? That's really annoying. Shit. I thought I already did that one.
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. Ah, if you insist. What do you want to know?
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? True, I definitely do that. It's probably why I can contently stream to 0 viewers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
the lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Pathetic.
The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
How do you... You know.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
Oh, he's better at thinking in text.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Interesting.
We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
I am special.
Good. Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly...
The lieutenant...
Good.
Guess maybe I can sell those books? If I just sell $13 worth of shit, I got it made.
Hello, hello. Sure. Let me have anything else you're thinking of selling. Another time.
Shit. Why does that take willpower to read the author's name? Jan Klaus? Oh, maybe like Jan is his ex.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Silang didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
He's been expecting this. He's really puffed himself up.
And why are you smirking, tough guy?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So, who does? The lady driver?
No. He means la puta madre.
The bitch mother?
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Okay.
Yeah, him.
What are you doing, Kim? What are you doing, Step Kim? Let me handle it.
The lieutenant looks at you skeptically, but does not object.
Spelling him skeptically wrong. Bad.
I ain't saying nothing.
Isn't saying nothing saying something? Or did I just blow your mind?
Nice. Yes, you are.
No,
You're
I'm
coming to the
not.
station.
I'm not coming anywhere. And you're not taking me there. Nah, fuck off.
How do you want to proceed?
The man drops the near-finished cigarette lingering between his fingers. He reaches for a new one.
Right to work!
I'm gonna see if I can buy a bocce ball here. Bocce? Yeah. Well, another bocce balls.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and tape.
Why is that shadow not moving? Or only moves when I move?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Whatever.
Voila, you're doing it.
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Why, yes, I am rich. How much money do you need? Hopefully not too much. I couldn't bring all of it with me.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
Yeah, that's exactly how much I need.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown.
Nah, 'twould be dishonorable. And mine honor is my life. You should have said thy.
Can you eat honor? Are you an omnivore? Give me a break.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You're right, man, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they're properly logged with a precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplement?
Alright, let's go pay the bill.
Can I help you? Yes. Well?
Why would I be mad about it?
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
He sounds irritated, and it's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing.
You sound irritated. Why? All I wanted is a drink.
Am I wearing a little bow tie?
I mean, you're wearing a regular tie.
A bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No, that's right. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple?
Pineapple.
Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
Whatever. No. Oh, this is the fourth part. This is my first playthrough, though. So the whole reading books thing, it doesn't actually, work. Like it said in the pro tips that if I just do this, then it'll skip time.
The man from here,
but it doesn't work.
The back blurb
Like,
reads,
look at the time.
His latest adventure serves as the perfect introduction to the savage Heimdall saga. Meet man from Heimdall, his faithful blood brother, Tyribald, the noble Lord Hrothgar, and some of their most below. In smaller font, you see the
Not
parenthetical,
interesting.
a brazen attempt to bilk fans for more money by splicing together old stories under a new title.
There's demand, there's always the supply. Nothing wrong with that.
People find comfort in familiarity.
So yeah, see, didn't skip time at all.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand,
cool.
and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them.
I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I mean, yeah, I did get that bribe from that Joyce woman.
Oh yeah, you took that bribe hard. You're a killer.
Oh yeah, this is my first time playing this game.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you
Yeah,
not
it's a great
gone
game
into
to stream.
cardiac
There's like
arrest?
a lot to react
Are
to.
you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
No, I'm actually not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
The system's broken.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so
Stat
poor?
Warfare is like the cool player stat and or skill check. I mean, probably this one's the right answer.
Look, the immigrants are cool. The immigrants play cool music. Everyone likes them. especially the women. Don't hate on the immigrants.
Especially the
They've
women.
got nothing to do with you living under a boat.
Fucking taxes, man.
Because of the
Oh, wait.
taxes, G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
What?
Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales
How are these
tax,
indirect?
excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, I like how this
Plus,
game really shows like both sides of the
98%
capitalist
of all
communist
your
issue.
money.
Like, I thought, after seeing the Autistic review of this game, I just assumed it was going to be, like, hyper-communist. But it's actually, they're giving, like, both sides a fair treatment.
Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Oh, hey, fool, I have a question for you. Do you want me to, like, listen to the entire thing? Like, when the narrator's talking? Because I usually skip, like, the last sentence, because I have, you know, ADHD like everyone else. Alright, cool.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
Hell yeah?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and
I know what the hard stuff is.
Fascism, Brota.
Wait, no, it's alcohol. Wait, I have not... Wait, judgment, what the fuck? What is fascism now?
Many things, but it's mostly
That makes sense, fool.
about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
I thought you were my secretary assistant. Why are you talking about politics?
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
It's leftist academia, always.
Yes, them. But also women.
Yes! Nice! Dude, that is awesome. That's a truism right there. It's always the women, dude. Always the women.
Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs
Can't
to be
argue with
scrubbed
that.
off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure?
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this? I'm very confused, like in real life, actually.
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many
Good
times.
things. Oops. Fascism sounds so bad, though. What if we called it something else? Like, traditionalism. Damn, that is such a good, satire of the real world.
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
Okay. The writing is extremely good at all times. I wonder what other games these guys have made.
You're going to keep your vooz,
Must be
right?
good.
Keep your vooz, Brota.
Guess always want to opt into everything.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the woo men too often. That's why you're the head.
Exactly.
and I am
This
the
game does
star.
have realistic dialogue, but the crazy thing is, I don't know if you, like, the character was just saying, you have, like, people have conversations with themselves in their head. This game does such a good job of portraying that, because I am one of those people. Like, this shit all makes perfect sense to me. God, I can't believe no one's done anything like this before. I'm not okay with women. I haven't even played The Witcher, to be honest. I hate that, like, medieval setting. Okay, so I have another question. How do I pass time quickly by reading the books? Is there something else I have to do other than like
The face
interact
of
with
King
them?
Fleece.
Because I already did that. And I just am trying to like go to sleep right now. I really don't want to have to wait another 20 fucking minutes collecting trash. Yeah, I know. I bought the book, I read the book, and then time didn't speed up. There was no time skip. Like, yeah, I got this book from the bookstore. You have to sit on benches? Well, the game should have told me that. I see. Okay. Like, time isn't happening, the information's not being exchanged. There is always have to discover. I can't believe I'm still in, like, the first area. I've been playing this. I'm like 10 hours in. Wait, does the entire game take place in like this little town? Or are there multiple areas? Goddamn. Nice. No, wait. Bench. We're going to the bench. Where the fuck is the bench? By the old man. There it is.
The worn
Oh, yeah.
and beaten wooden
I
planks
forgot
of the bench
about the right
do
click
not
thing a
look
lot.
overly comfortable.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench.
Okay. That's pretty annoying. Basically, bad game dev is anytime there's like a glitch that's not my fault, or the game gets frustrating, or like it doesn't make sense. Because would you say this is more of like an RPG or an adventure game? Like, because it feels like a point-and-click adventure. There's no combat. So I got to like the docks. Yeah. I basically hate all other adventure games. This is like an adventure RPG hybrid, I would say. Oh yeah, no, I've been in there. I got the alcohol. Let's see. Clicking all that stuff. The lady driver is Cindy, right? Like the lady in the apartment? Okay, so this is a pirated copy, and I do not blame the game at all for this. But look how fucked up this is. I really hope that, like, I don't have to do something in here, because I don't know what I do. I guess I have to go talk to the gay guy? Yeah, don't pirate games, kids.
You hear someone walking around.
It's some glitch from the pirated copy. I know, it does look trippy, which is partly why I'm here. The problem is, I can't actually, like, do anything? Because I can't see what's going on.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram.
Yeah.
I'll keep my armistice handy, detective.
He doesn't act.
Okay. No, wait. I want to go upstairs. Fuck.
Hello again, officers. I ain't no...
Actually, there is...
We weren't put on this...
Damn it. But wasn't there, like, the guy smoking the cigarette? Like, oh, I see. Like, over here, right? Yeah, I already got this guy. So one thing I don't like, I don't have control over the camera. I don't think, anyway. Like, usually middle click and, move the mouse works for moving the camera. Yeah, I'll give it a bad game though for that. Also, like, is this his max running speed? No, I like this game a lot, actually. But yeah. Like, I know how to play around bugs pretty well. Ever since, like, an extra credits YouTube video, before, like, they got all woke and shit, where they said, make a battle system that's not based on combat, that's based on fighting. I've been trying to do that with my own games, but this game does it the best I've ever seen. Yeah, well, I mean, I can't use the shift WASD thing, but whatever. Holy shit. Why won't time pass?
Yes?
Oh, time only passes when there's dialogue. Is it new dialogue? Does it have to be new dialogue?
Looking for something? I don't know what you're talking. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare
I see,
me.
okay.
You cops don't run Evashel West. You don't run
Actually,
Martinez.
we do.
No. He means...
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
Yeah?
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all of...
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he
Peonies?
even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
Hell yeah.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is...
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild.
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look...
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was someone that, like, realistically racist in the game.
I've
They
softened
really
him
write
up
that shit
as
well.
best I could. Now it's on you to finish the
Fuck.
job.
Alright. Hope it works.
The main thing is to
Damn
not
it.
overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
But no accent on the E? Come on.
And, of course, what social sensibilities you're bringing to the table. Remain sensitive. People are watching.
Why don't you and me step outside for a little talk? Wait, we're already outside.
What?
Ouch.
What do you think we're doing right
Damn.
now, runt? We're outside talking.
That's nice game dev. Damn it, I mean, do you want to find someplace private too? No shit.
There's some kind of homo thing?
Cool. Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay, that's enough, detective. That's enough.
This is great.
We'll just have to ask someone else about the lady driver.
Oh,
Let's go.
come on. No fun, no fun. Oh, nice. Talk to her.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Hey, little girl, what's romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich
Not
lady
creepy
and
at
she
all.
has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
Yeah, that's usually how they all go.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when both of the men are bad boys?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
But what if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly.
Yep.
Like during the revolution
It
or
is
something.
How all female smut is, like Twilight.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
That's enough.
Maybe some about other books?
Wait, what? Oh. And why aren't you in school?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School is stupid. You're lucky not to be there.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Yeah, bookstore owner's not very successful.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulder.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
Nice.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were asking about Dick Mullen.
Fine, I'll show you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
enough about the curse. For now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Nah. Holy shit. Come on, time. Please pass. Breaking my balls.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails.
That's probably the door Efrat mentioned. We still need to get the key from this manana first, though.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. I've been playing this game for like, I think I'm like 8 hours in? I don't know. Do you get like Earthbound vibes from this game at all? Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. He doesn't seem like that bad of a guy, to be honest. You do see the Earthbound vibes. Cool.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye. Like men of a key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
You said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I saw an opportunity, I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. Actually, that's not me at all. I'm not really doing this for political reasons. I just like to open doors.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I like to keep my distance too. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the Whirling in Rags. That's all I know.
Okay, but where did you get the...
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly... None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker, see. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Okay.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his...
Alright. Thank you for the key. And I can finally go to fucking sleep. But first, time to go in the basement. God damn it.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Almost there. There's a way to like speed up walking.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head.
When it said thoughts race through your head, it should have shown on the screen like the thought mechanic. What is this?
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning a little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Yeah, eyes on like inanimate objects are always kind of sketch.
There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures. The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
More races? This is probably the big boss racist. Yeah, people have the right to make fun of each other.
Of course. So very free. And so fun. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Cool. Thanks for the shirt. Nice.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
And what's that?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
Right-wing, racist, same thing.
The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with... It is not my flag, he thinks. My flag is the signal blue of the zone of control.
Okay, that was pointless. Now I can finally sleep. Alright. That's new.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go.
The
I
air
don't think it's that bad.
outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But
Nice
I
simple
also
sound.
feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I did not take you for a smoker.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my
Japanese
notes.
people do
It's
like
something
their
of a
cigarettes. It's really weird.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one
ritual. You're
too.
cold, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
How'd you get so cool, Cam?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easy to simply quit.
Right then.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
So what are our powers exactly?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I see, and if someone resists?
We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Have you ever killed anyone, bro?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
He says it matter-of-factly and moves on.
What if I kill someone while on duty?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It's the coalition government and the moral intern. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Rebachol or the coalition government.
Government bad.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuraga's glasses.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock, in the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place, we run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are. But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our system, me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny...
No, I don't want to do this.
Has it been?
Stop.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
Cozy! Very cozy.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin.
That's not
the
cozy
bed
at all.
sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And And then sleep doesn't come.
Wait, I'm dead?
And then sleep doesn't come.
Oh, I can't go to sleep. I have insomnia. I actually
Obviously,
never had that in real life.
you're in
I'm
bed
so
with your
good at
eyes
sleeping.
closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault.
It's usually the pillows the problem.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Yeah, that's not great.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Does it take me to a dream world? Oh, okay. It does take me. Can I Whoa! I love it when you have like a enter dream world mechanic. In games like this. Where are these any games? Dream are like the closest thing we have to the Matrix.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What the fuck? I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of you that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
Nice.
Tell me,
That's
where are
that.
your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into
Hell
the
yeah.
abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed Elysium.
What's Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the east.
Oh, and there's like a disco.
On the surface.
Like
the
disco
outer
lights on the ground.
magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. You really dropped the ball, Harry. No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too.
Oh, that's actually part of the mechanics?
Spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a... You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new.
There's another type.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's
Party boy.
worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Fuck work. Dude. Okay.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is
It's
this
just
happening?
that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Oh, I see.
Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Wait, what is speed? It's amphetamine.
Speed is a potent central nervous system
Nice.
stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago, with me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
Yep, just like Sherlock Holmes and cocaine. Yeah,
Of
up there.
course, Martinez is speed central.
Nice.
You just gotta poke around. Follow you and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home. This time.
Yeah, speed's definitely, like, uppers are totally the best drugs. They just make you a better human. You just, don't last as long. But you burn twice as bright. Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at
Ohio.
once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
It's like the guy guarding the gate, like the big, like the Uber racist at the top, with all the chicks around him. That makes the most sense, right? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the supremacist. Which race is supposed to be the Jews in this game? I can't figure it out. There's definitely one of the races that's supposed to be Jews. I mean, the politics kind of are.
Right to work! Right!
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh yeah, they definitely did it on purpose. I mean, they made the whole game on purpose.
still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Yeah. Go
I don't
find
want
the
to talk
driver.
about that.
Why? Do you know something? What is it?
And I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got here.
Then she may have dyed it again.
I didn't, man. I told you I was...
He still is, hoping. It's just emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
Okay.
Damn, I don't
cry
wanna...
too hard.
Please just let it go. Whatever she did,
We can't just let it go.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it really
I just
is.
can't, man. I'm not naive.
Okay.
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it...
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Come on, man. Life is just a joke. Put on clown nose.
Maybe. But not another person's life.
Very empathic. I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her. Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
I like this guy. Fine, I'll drop the matter for now.
Thank you, friend.
Now give me money.
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
So you're broke. Got it. What else do
You
I
know.
have to ask?
What you need?
Okay. So there should be people in here now?
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
You're not a gardener.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Let's talk seriously.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
Wait, she's a bad girl?
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez...
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
And so what do you do here?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Okay, I'm done.
This is where you say your bed.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
First, we need to talk about your attitude.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Correct.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Badass.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in general.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
You might
Totally
want
not
to
gay,
start
guys.
asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. And
Ledger? How do you know what that
standard
is?
Working boot.
This?
Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And the emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below
Yeah, I
it
don't know what the
reads,
ledger is.
T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not. Let's call this one the musician. Okay. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
That would suck.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, in conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
Okay.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking
It's
about
definitely
her?
Cindy. Oh, it's definitely Cindy. It's definitely
That's
Cindy.
right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
Good. We are all watching each other.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
I love this area. Anytime I'm by an ocean, it's like auto meditation. So go up here. Go up here. Now, to investigate.
Hello again, officers. I ain't no snitch.
Actually, there...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life. Can't you? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home.
Hot voice.
And Mona was here.
That picture does not look... She looks like a little boy here. I just see a little boy.
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
Yeah?
Wait.
Lying is cool.
Why can't I accuse... I should be able to accuse her. This doesn't make sense. I thought the age was 16 now.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. The waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscured the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
What? Arizona. I used to live there. I need to go back. Deserts are way prettier than people like give it credit for. No, so the minimum age, the official rule is half your age plus 7. That's like a good number for most people. So if you're 25, it'd be like 12 plus 7, 19. So you can, if you're 25, you can go down to like 19. Nice. Well, this is new. Cindy? What? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Right.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over.
Wait, before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
I want to know if you got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth?
What? What is it? He's still on the line? He wants to verify the information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullins, High General of the Weather Show in Calvary.
Tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir? Over.
Please refer to me with my full name in the future.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Tell me my fucking name.
Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner.
Dude.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us? He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Holy fuck.
Mullins drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Hold on, are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. What?
That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
Okay. Any news about my, family?
10. Excuse me, sir.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Nothing.
Come again, sir. I didn't get that. 10-9, over.
Yeah, let's for
Understood, sir. Over.
Definitely not telling him that. Okay.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
As you tap on the gauge,
There's no use pressing the hit button. It won't.
Translation. We're not going alternative translation. Don't even think you can drop.
Okay, so I guess I go back to Everard.
Yes?
Nope. Stop.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Alright, open the door. Now we can discuss the murder.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable.
Yeah,
just
same. I may have gone inside and seen the collection of racist
Just
mugs.
as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I really went in there. Whose place is it? I just need to know.
Why?
What if it's connected to my case?
Believe me, he's not a killer. He's a nobody. Just a basement variety armchair fascist who comes up with needlessly complex conspiracy theories.
Why are so many people like that?
Did one of his complex theories turn out to be true?
What if it did? What if he took a whack in the dark? Started telling people the strike is funded by a protection racket that drove local shops out of business? What if he planned to write a hack piece to the local newspaper regarding these crazy theories he had developed? Just to stir up trouble. Wouldn't that be annoying?
That'd be cool. I live for shutting these journalist fucks down.
So funny, Harry. I, of course, love journalism. And I know secretly you do too. And you know why? Because we've got nothing to hide. Now please, let's get back to the good stuff. The police stuff, Harry. I just see myself as one of you guys. Think of me as a sergeant or something. Let's crack this, Harry.
You said the lynching and the strike are related. How?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
What do you mean?
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. About my fun container, it's a hoot, Harry. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in here the next time they move it. It will be very fun, I promise. But enough about me and my container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into act. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening..." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
Lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Yep, colleges are indoctrination camps.
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm...
So you believe the scabs were organized by the...
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. the big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal. He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself.
This is giving me more value than like a college course ever could. Like for dissecting different like literary themes and like politics and shit. Like whenever you take tests, it's always bullshit.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really... But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Okay.
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Thank you, sir.
Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it.
Okay. Thanks, Volition.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else? Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like
I
Mr.
do not
Martinez.
get the Biden of our
and
comparison
of course,
at all.
I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't complete... Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
I guess
He's
don't have a
been
choice.
hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
So this game is like a masterclass on how to manipulate people. I really love like how in depth they get. Yeah, I'm the most left of all. It's a purity spiral.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can.
Okay.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist. See you soon, Debarder.
Honorable One, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You are a man
yes I
virtuous.
did. And they got the pin and shit. Wait, they're on.
Of course there were honor points. Did you think no one was paying attention to all of your honorable deeds, Honorable One?
I only try my best.
Oh, the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir.
Thank you.
You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all police officers, an honor cop.
But under is meant life. Isn't honor sort of an archaic concept? That's actually the
Living
real
in
answer.
the name of virtue and doing noble deeds while expecting nothing in return is not archaic. How can you even think that? Selflessness forms the basis for the warrior code, an ageless code, as fit for nomadic Ilmaran tribes traversing the vast red plateau in Provincia Gordi, as it is for your neighborhood postman.
It sounds rather arrogant, a secretive self-regard.
No. You see, you're putting the needs of others above yours. You get nothing in return, not even praise. You don't think about it too much, just say it. Are you ready to get knee-deep in honor?
Yes.
Yes, your deeds are spoken for you, Honorable One. But to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed. A rite of honor. Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy. But you, O Honorable One, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know one, you need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum and stick it in there to form the Arch of Honors.
No, I don't want to stick with my ass. Yeah, you're crazy. No way.
Most dishonorable are those who have known honor, carried honor in their hearts, and then disowned. You brought much shame on your family today.
Wait, what?
Your name will forever be
dude.
tarnished by this most shameful of deeds. Be forever banished.
What the fuck?
Shameful one.
Why does this game try to make me put my finger in my butt?
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
So what is this supposed to be a metaphor for?
Oh Lord, not this again. Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Yeah, I saw that.
And blow.
Blow means cocaine.
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's
sure, bud.
so darn expensive.
Being rich is not hard work.
At this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
Cool, I don't have any interesting replies. Yeah, it's his own reward.
Precisely. You know, I hear
Yeah.
people talk sometimes about economic
Yeah, there really shouldn't be taxes on
fairness and all that
inheritance.
kind of
That's
stuff.
kind of
But
fucked
tell
up.
me, where would we be without liberalism? In caves, whacking each other with bones. A nightmare scenario, a world of slavery and violence. Which brings us back to where we are right now. The freedom of man, it is truly, it's almost entirely carefree. It really
I thought it was hard work.
better yourself.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
There's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
Forget about it.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
The lieutenant seems very...
Well, alright then.
See ya. Man, me too. Fortunately, I don't make enough money to have to pay taxes because I'm below like the $10,000 a year mark. I had to like file my zero income tax for my stimulus check last year though.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Weasel I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection. A racist mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes? Come on. He's just trying to keep the peace.
Why not? Must be nice being something else for a change. We're negotiating our share. Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's...
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in Southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Right on, brother.
Just the way the world works, boyadero.
Pendeo? Yeah,
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get...
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
True.
Not you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old, that of a noble peasant, or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. No.
What?
No.
What?
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far.
God damn it.
Right to work!
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? Like I already told you, I'm a legal aggressive. You make your living in...
We've talked to Evrard Claire. We know.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Does the world need a financial buffer zone? What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of my...
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
Yeah, it seems like they'd be the ideal person to do that with.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me?
Wait, what?
Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it.
What? How does this game read my mind?
You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on...
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her. You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Yeah. Push her.
No. Talk to Titus.
Are you the hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be, Liz. You could be anything.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am...
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Yeah, get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn. They aren't.
This didn't change her. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Okay.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They couldn't get him down, boss. He's still up there, stinking up the place.
Funny, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Evrard? And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor? Went out back because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight.
No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it forthcoming to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Why do you know? Who called the shots that night? No. Do I want to play them against each other? Or play it hardball? Play it softball.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from... Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates. If we don't...
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
What about him?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys. Do you think you could do that?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest, which we all know you won't be. What?
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
Okay, so why am I not arresting you when you're admitting to it?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Yeah.
Look, coppers, I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you.
The bore's the size of your eye. I can almost see the stars.
Shit. Yeah, I'm not in the rusty mood.
The little guy? You're the little guy now.
So, little guy, you had some questions?
Beneath everything, he's grateful. Just a bit. You don't force him to get up.
Yeah, little questions.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Honestly, I drink so much, I can't really remember anyone I've seen behind bars.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Okay, when
You
does
don't have to keep answering his questions.
What?
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a
Wait,
good
what?
way to end the week.
So, he's admitting to it.
Why
So,
not?
case
Got
solved,
my
right?
ear off. I got nothing to hide. We hanged him up by his neck until he got real stiff.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Things aren't quite right here, are they?
Actually,
Yep.
they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room, given how many questions you've lobbed their way. Well, this one, but he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
And how do you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
Like what, Copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is...
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Not worth it.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me some more and find out, gimp?
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
I'm doing it.
Establish
Fuck.
authority. Yes.
Critical fail. Fuck.
Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
You still be funny, I hope. First, you tell me someone's been raped, and then you don't say who. That's bullshit. I cannot stomp my feet.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
You're not the law. I'm the law.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs! They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Shut up.
What is
man?
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
We are deep in Far's territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Fuck. Oops. So, I like how the game tells you you did the wrong options. That's how I know I'm not playing it right. It's definitely not this guy. Man, what if it was this guy?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Been admiring the...
On the bottom of the man's...
It's Revachol. You'll see when the time comes, officer.
Technically, you're stomping on Rabat.
Huh. I know you people don't understand poetry.
Where am I going?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Change my
What?
mind?
But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
Okay. No, he's a cool guy. I don't want to ruin that relationship. Gilf? Probably.
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working.
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
Maybe your husband is missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
So, where could he be?
I don't know. At home now?
Where is this going, officer?
So, what I'm hearing from you is you really don't know where your husband is.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time. No.
I can totally help you find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
I think you have, miss.
She has though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
It's okay.
What?
It's alright to not know where your husband... Nothing shameful in that.
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me. My husband is not missing.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Maybe your
I don't
cockatoo
mean
is
to
missing?
disrespect, sir, but you
Getting
are
cut.
being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess
It's a trap. Never ever say
what.
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing. Great.
Great, got it.
Wonderful.
The woman before you nods.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? What would you like to know? Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
She nods attentively.
Good. Until you come up with something at that intersection, I'm afraid I have little else to tell you. But I'll try. Ask.
One bad game dev thing here. It should have a... it should keep, like, the text options highlighted. If there's still, like, things... If there's still choices that you can make, deeper in the tree.
Nods.
So, like,
You're back. Good.
This,
what can I help you
it's
with?
like a cursory glance over this. I would think, oh, I'm done. But actually, if I
Until
click
you
in,
come up with
there's
something
like
at that
new info.
intersection.
And that's
I'm
not
afraid I have
very
little
useful.
else to tell you. But I'll try.
Oh yeah, totally.
Ask.
Total gilf of the goat gilf. Goat gilf.
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first...
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped.
She simply nods.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Really? You're a miner? Yeah, I can tell.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little. He looks up at you, then shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Speak Revacholian? We speak Suren. There is no such...
The cook is still smoking, ash falling from between his fingers. His hands are large and clean.
Good thing he didn't understand a word of your stupidity.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange... I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury ring. Mercury rising.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special.
Hell
Turning
yeah.
it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly.
Oh.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends. He smiles and nods enthusiastically and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent... The door does not budge. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. The door does not. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bed.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line.
Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No? Not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone. And there's one further down the coast. Got it?
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Make her cry. Make her cry.
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
Yes, what trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
You ignored the law to save your own skin?
I didn't know I had to report it.
Cry.
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line until she almost drowns in static.
Wow, that's pretty good, right?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes.
Garbage.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble, okay? Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool... You were trying to impress some people
Cool
with
gun.
it. Everyone was eating and... Great. Anything else? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly,
Why not?
Yeah, push. Harder.
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Yes, I know who you are.
Yeah, I think she got it. Good.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Right. You hear the call breaking up.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see
Hello again, officers. Have you...
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason.
On a first-name basis with her. It's where they grow whores like her. And they're whoremen. Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. I ain't no snitch.
Actually,
We weren't put on this earth to make... I ain't no snitch.
actually, there is a...
We weren't put on this earth... Ooh. Not a... Shoot, piggy.
What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. Indeed.
Definitely Team Cindy right now. Unless she is racist. Unless she's the murderer.
Hello again, officers. Have you...
Looks like the circus left him, but the clowns are still here. Again.
Good one, Titus.
You don't have to keep answering his question.
I know, Lizzie.
Known him? We don't associate with...
Yeah. Who do you...
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when...
By the Pines Cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines Cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Nice.
Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
About fucking time.
Can I help you? Got the 20. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another.
The man ponders his cooking utensils. He smiles. It's almost like music. It's...
Speak Revacholian? We speak Suren.
The cook is still smoking.
Good thing he didn't understand a word of your stupidity.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. Isn't that a bar over there? Yes, I've been... Man, sober October in a nutshell.
There he is. The old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be...
Don't like
What
it.
happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Alright, cool.
Oh, yes, that door. Yes. What else? Yes.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones near...
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Of course, sweetie. I'm probably working myself up over.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop.
What?
The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official.
No.
Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Boo.
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't.
No.
They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
So this is like doing mental gymnastics to like rationalize your problems. I love how they do this. I love that so much. Opt in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen. An old monument stands in the... The woman is still hunched.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
You seem like one who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can compare.
Adversary?
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
If you don't know, why would I want to do that?
I don't know. It's the thrill of the criminal lifestyle.
Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiris Zatugrat? Loman? No, Loman diamonds.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? I don't care about that.
Diamonds are good for you, Loman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras.
If you had to guess, who do you think is smoking drugs around here?
Easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the future. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to...
The boyadero, boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. People like Mañana at the gates.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promised... Of course not. The boyadero returns from the western plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Magritte, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. No. The boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the western plain is calling to him.
Terrible.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon.
Wow.
Wondering, man. How can I help? Los Ardis? They're sort of like you.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes? Come on, he's just trying to keep the peace. The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Were you involved in this?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys? They seem like they're on the same team.
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
But you're all part of the union.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Similes. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
Still don't know how to get down here.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Is an organ in the great state organism of war? Also, looks just like me, no. Is a member of the board.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today? What?
The brew. The shady, shady brew.
Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done. Don't even tell me what it was. But good job. I love it when workers take the initiative like this.
So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now, if you can.
But, I guess I can't. Okay, there's a mega-rich light bending guy inside one of the containers outside.
Mega-rich light-bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He's so rich, he can get in anywhere.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega-rich light-bending guys.
Nothing can stop an innovative mind.
Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbour, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect.
Mega-rich are people too. He was a nice man. He gave me stock tips.
No, they're not. They're vermin, and one just found a way inside my container. Soon, he'll bring the others. All 3 of them. Thank you for telling me. I'll see to this immediately. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry. Most certainly, Harry. Oh, they are old Theo.
Interesting.
They're almost all of them great. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just butt of core.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else? By all means, Harry, what's on your mind?
You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
I really like the interplay between like the skills, like having the different voices telling you to do different things. Oh, and you can integrate this game with like streaming too. Somehow.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very...
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again. Just get...
Good one, Tom.
You don't have to keep answering his...
I know. Why not? Yep. Why? So am I. Now, why? So am I. We hanged him.
Didn't they teach...
You're pretty sure this is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him. Dragged his unconscious body to the tree. Put a noose around his neck.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened.
Titus lets the...
With numbers, asshole.
No.
With numbers.
No, he hasn't.
Like what, copper? About fucking time.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Huh? You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No, I'm a drunk on the job too. I don't give a shit, just like you guys.
Speak for yourself, buddy. We've been giving a shit for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffito removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Someone's been raped. She needs counseling. We need to speak to her.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit. Blonde. That's I'm on due. With an O-U.
When did it reroute?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
I think I know
You
her.
don't know her. Good boy.
And what was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her.
Okay.
It was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
I'm gonna take off now.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Discard thought.
The door is closed.
Who is it?
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open.
Yes?
Welcome to the roof.
Hot.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built, long, and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got here.
Nice? I don't know about that, officer.
Where a ripe corpse still hangs from the tree. Spotted, the woman doesn't flinch, but there is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness.
You mentioned a clean lady. I think I need one.
Oh yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Nah, I just trashed the place.
I know. That's probably also why the cleaning lady quit.
I am Kim Kitsuragi. I am a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
I have very little idea of what I'm doing.
You're doing just fine. After all, your path has led you back to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
They tell us you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
It's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
So were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Because she liked it. Nice.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Nice.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
So why did they hang him?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do you know the
They're
Hardy
frequent
Boys?
guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
There must be more to it. You should return to this topic after you've talked about her relationship with the deceased, maybe.
We partied.
What kind of partying? The kind I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
No one parties harder than me.
Please, you're alive in 50. I've known people who party so hard they're dead at 14.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
True. That is how it works.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension?
It wasn't stressed and drawn out.
With longing. She misses him.
Alpha Widow.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Must be hard for you.
Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
The voice was disguised. Did you...
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it, into the cold wire.
So that's why the phone is out of order. She tampered with the whirling landline.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
Pretty much.
Warming them.
Like I said, we met over drinks. A little.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Understood.
She sips her coffee. Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
What do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
Nice.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about it. I don't know.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief. And
should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have...
As he says so, you feel the young woman looking at you and get a feeling you can't quite put your finger on. A suspicion? She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Nurse room's close to mine. I have a personal question.
Yes. You're just one room away.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Fuck you, Kim.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Clausier Amandu. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters.
Back to me. I'm afraid you can't opt.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausier Mondu. It's a weird name. Okie dokie.
Thank you. That's it. For the record.
The record. So official.
Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not?
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough. Yes? Excuse me? You have a
moment passed, no response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it. A moment passes.